Okay, so I hope I have a good angle here on the movement. So you see it's a Miyota 2115, just happen to have a spare. And this is really hard to do with the camera in the way, but right here, if you pull the stem, you'll notice this right here. This is the adjustment lever. You notice that it moves, right? Well, when I said butt end of the adjustment lever, I meant this part right here. So basically what it's going to do is pivot on the point where the adjustment lever is attached to the movement. So right here you'll push down gently and you will see that the stem comes out. There you go. That's all it takes to remove the stem. And the stem should snap back in by pushing it in. And I am gently trying to push it in, because if I break this I'm going to look like a fool. So there it is, and you'll hear it snap or click, and there it is again. It's working. You have to remember that nothing needs to be forced. If it's not happening with a gentle push, you're not doing it right. It's a rule of thumb just in general for watch repair. But what I suggest also, I was thinking about how all the things you're going to have to do besides taking the stem out, you'll also have to remove the dial from the movement, or should I say the movement from the dial, whichever way you want to say it. And basically there are going to be 2 feet that will go into these holes here. It's going to be a snug fit. Be prepared for that. And the thing you want to do is use some type of tool that is wide. Like if you use a screwdriver, if you can kind of picture, you know, putting the screwdriver in here and trying to loosen it off of the movement, you have the possibility of dimpling the dial. And once you do that, the watch will never look quite the same again. And I'm sure your brother will notice. Trust me, you want to be really careful with that. I've messed up a few watches dials that way. Another thing you're going to want is some type of hand remover. I suggest there are a couple types. I have this is a plunger type. Basically it goes on here, clamps around, and then when you push down, you can see how this kind of, they lift up and they would pull the hands off of the gear. Or you can get one of these. This is much simpler. You just squeeze and pull it off. Also, a little trick that I learned from a watchmaker on YouTube is, this is a piece of Teflon just from a greeting card box. I cut the flap off and cut this V. Now if you could imagine the dial being on the movement, you would slip this here, and then you would use the tool while that piece of plastic is on there. You would use the tool to pry the hands off, and that way you avoid scratching the dial. Put the hands at the 12 o'clock position so that the hands are together, because if they're spread apart like at 3 o'clock or 2 o'clock, you're going to bend one of the hands. And then also one final thing I'd suggest that you get is one of these, a hand replacer. Now I've heard that people have said that they've used wooden sticks like this. The only problem with that is there's no hole at the end of the stick. I doubt I can focus on it, but the black end of this has a hole in it. So it actually, when you push in the hour hand, the minute and second stems will not, I don't think that's the correct term, but it won't be stopped by those gears. And then this white side, of course, is completely flat, which is used for the second hand that goes on the top. That's about it. It was supposed to be a 20-second video. Looks like it's a lot longer, but I hope I covered everything. I did this all in one take. Hope it helps.